if your viewers, everyone watching this, just picks up one thing and implements this, everyone that watches this will achieve greatness. Maybe it might not be 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, but I tell you, in the longer run, if they pick this up and implement, they're gonna win.
Welcome, Josiah, to our What's Your Story series, where we get our friends to share about their love for cars and how it all began. Can you introduce yourself and share with our audience who you are and how your story came about?
Yeah, I'm Josiah. I'm a 3-time Olympian, track cyclist. Had the privilege of representing our beautiful country for 15 years at the highest level. World championships, I think I went 10 worlds, Olympics, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games. I'm first Commonwealth Games champion cycling from Malaysia. But the more important thing is that I was a kid who had all odds against me with sports, that lived my best life, that lived out my dream, my childhood, beyond my childhood dreams.
Okay.
So for me, it's about, I wanted to achieve greatness from early on, and I was able to luckily find and build tool sets to get there.
Okay.
Yeah. And now that's my calling, to help other normal Malaysians and non-Malaysians to achieve greatness. So greatness in everyone's lives is just to live their best life. Doesn't need to be, okay, greatness meaning got to be a president, got to be a CEO, whatnot. No, greatness for everyone is living their best potential and giving them the tool sets, so sharing with them what the tool sets are, how to acquire them,
Okay.
and then utilize this to achieve their best life.
What was that spark that got you to aim for that moment of greatness or that path towards that, your destiny, basically?
If you can roll the clock back to when I was like 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
My grandmother, Anne, her name is, and she's still alive. She'll be 99 this year. She gave me a piece of advice. She's my first mentor. She said, Josiah, one piece of advice. If you forget everything and ignore everything I say, remember this. Find your passion and figure out how to monetize. Well, she didn't say figure out how to make a living out of it. And that stuck with me. Complete opposite to what my parents told me, which is study, get good grades, practice your violin, and go to university, work hard, work your ass off, and then retire.
The Asian dream.
And die, which is terrible. So luckily for me, I listened to my grandma instead of my parents. But then that kind of their advice and mindset had a big conflict.
Okay.
Because my passion was cycling.
Yeah.
And when I took it seriously, that drew away from my studies and my violin. Yeah. Right. So my grandmother is a lifelong piano music teacher.
Okay.
She did it until her 90s, until she lost her hearing and then her mind.
Okay.
90s. So she led by example. Purely loved music. Never worked a day in her life. Our parents, still working in their 70s. Can't retire. Comfy life. But yes, there's meaning because, they love it.
Yeah.
But it's not the true calling like it is for me. So when I found my true calling and said, hey, my parents said, Josiah, your bicycle will never put food on the table or a roof over your head. So if you want to waste your life, you can do that. But if you fail, you're not going to fail under our roof, son. So when you're 18 years old, you can choose your cycling, not under our roof. So my 18th birthday, didn't quit cycling. Dad shook my hand. Good luck, son.
You're on your own.
I'm on my own.
Yeah.
Even at that point, I was already number 2 in the United States. I grew up in the U.S.
Yeah.
So you can tell from my accent.
Yes.
So they moved there when in 1988. I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I left Sarawak when I was 5. Moved to Singapore for a couple of years, where they were And my dad was a dean of men in a college. Yeah, my upbringing since pretty early on was Americanized. American dream. They sell it. One thing good about Americans, they know how to sell the dream.
Yeah, they do.
You can do anything, son. Anything. They're kids, right? Anything you want to be. You want to be an astronaut? It's possible. Right? Complete opposite to the Asians.
Yep.
So I hung out with a lot of those parents.
Yeah, yeah,
So my parents saying no.
yeah.
That's
the opposite.
opposite. But I hang out with my friends' parents. They're like, hey, little Johnny,
Yeah,
little James, you can do anything you want. So fortunately for me, I listen to them. And but in the meantime, I had to navigate
yeah,
a huge Asian storm, the cultural storm.
yeah, yeah. We understand.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
expectations, right?
Expectations. It's a little bit more challenging now. I think parents are picking up that university degree, that even PhD, not really worth anything anymore.
It's not everything.
Certain things, yes, but for the majority of people, it's not really worth much. Okay, last week, 2 weeks ago, I was a panelist on KWSP, EPF. They had a knowledge fair once a year. They bring experts in the field and then hold instead of sending people out for conferences, they have their own conference. 350 KWSP employees, a lot of upper management, plus another 550 online, right, on video. I was talking about AI, and everyone's scared of getting their job displaced because of AI. There's one thing that AI can't replace, and that is relationship building.
Yeah.
And if you're an entrepreneur, entrepreneurs don't worry about AI taking their jobs because we're problem solvers. Yeah. People that are employed, they're always worried because they're only doing one or two things that are very specific. Then they get displaced, they don't have the mindset to restart, pivot, and then figure out a way.
Yep.
That's the challenge. So we can kind of teach our kids or the younger generations skill sets instead of exams and finals and all that. That's all structured for back in the days of Industrial Revolution, for building manufacturing, building doers,
yeah,
employees. So now we're moving away from that. We're now in creatives.
yes,
Create.
yes.
So yeah, I would say now that I had to grow my creativity because being an athlete alone can't make a real living out of it, especially a niche sport like track cycling.
Yep.
I had to grow skills. I had to sell myself. I had to market myself, sell myself. Then of course with social media, you can sell yourself much better.
Yes.
So much so that the top athletes that are money making,
Yeah.
okay, maybe not in the top, but like let's say in Malaysia,
Yeah.
they're not the ones that are performing the best. They're the ones that people align with most, or the ones that are social presence, ones that have a sexiness, show a little booby here and there. I'm sorry to say, but those athletes, they're not at the top of the podiums internationally.
Yeah.
But they have hundreds of thousands of followers, maybe millions. They're getting the deals. The ones that are going to Olympics sometimes are making less than these ones barely qualifying for just to participate.
Yeah.
The dynamics have changed.
Correct. Because stories sell.
Stories sell.
Right.
Stories sell. So I realized that, hey, I'm not an Olympic champion.
Yeah.
I'm not a world champion.
Yeah.
But I got really close and I have an amazing story.
Yeah.
I have storytelling ability.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I have ability of helping others to create value.
Yeah.
So I say, when I'm on stage, I say, hey, at the end of the day, you guys get massive value today. First of all, you're going to be entertained.
Yeah.
But I don't care about entertaining you.
Yeah.
I care about you at least getting even one thing that I say, you implement that.
Yeah.
Your life's going to change forever.
Let me ask you, what is it that defines your work right now, your vocation? What's your motivation?
My motivation that gets me up every day is to build.
Okay.
It's to watch something grow that I've touched. It's to have fun.
Okay.
It's to meet new people, but more importantly, the right people and aligning with the right people.
Okay.
I know that anything of significance takes an army to build. So then I say, okay, I want to build that army, or I want to at least have a part
Yeah.
in building that army. So for me, it's resourcefulness, it's creativity, and it's alignment. So all of those put together, that's what I do every day on a daily basis. Like for example, today, most people, when they're coming on to my podcast, and not most, but some people, especially the not inside circle, which we're not quite inside circle yet, and we have overlapping circles. They want to know numbers. How many people you have subscribe? How many what exposure are you going to give me?
Yeah.
Whereas I think differently. I think we're producing content. How are we going to produce some great content? Because if we can produce content, I don't care about how many numbers you have.
Yeah.
The way social media works these days is the algorithms. The algorithms are going to find our tribe.
Yeah.
So my focus today is like, okay, how am I going to work together, Darren, and make something kick ass?
Okay.
That's how I approach today.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about your podcast, how it came about, and what's the objective? What's the goal of it? What do you foresee the podcast being?
So my podcast is called The Olympian Mindset. Tom, The Olympian Mindset. It really started when I was on a guest on Peter, Mr. Money TV.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that process. And then after reading the comments, I know I had a couple dozen comments, and a lot of them repeated. There was one very common thread to the comments. This is the best interview. You got to get him back again. This made my day. This is the only long form. I never sit down, watch all the way through. Few people said that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I do have something to contribute.
Yeah.
So I pitched them because I'm a little bit lazy. I'm like, hey, can we so how many channels do you have? Can we co-start together under your umbrella? Because I figure he's got like 24 employees. He's got everything set up. He's got the location, studio.
Yeah.
Well, let's start together.
Yeah.
Challenge was, and he said, yes, it'll be his 7th channel.
Okay.
But challenge was he was really busy, and he was going through like some challenges.
Yeah.
I'm not a priority.
Yeah.
Then I had my, I'm really big on mentorship. I have a billionaire mentor, ring it billionaire. Maybe US billionaire, I don't know, but at least a ring it billionaire based on his lifestyle.
Yeah.
He said, Josiah, you back everyone else. I notice you invest in stocks. You just did your first venture capital with your other mentor, Henry. It's our mutual friend.
Yeah.
You don't back yourself.
Yeah.
But you have something of significance to contribute to this world, but you don't back it. And then that lit a fire under my ass. So I used ChatGPT, put together a strategy, pitched, and I was lucky. Everyone that I pitched said yes.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I know it's going to cost a couple grand at least to do per episode. Production costs, crew, post-production, everything. Roped my manager in. He said, okay, I'll do it with you, no charge. We'll build it together, revenue share, whatever it is. Pitched the equities tracker. They said, yep. We believe in it. We believe in you. Okay, here's a budget. Every single thing is, what I was shocked is, I had a pitch deck, and every single interviewee said yes. Some cold. Dr. Sri Jala and Leon.
Yeah.
I sent a message, IG message, and then was going to take them to lunch, but they took me to lunch. They paid for lunch. I was like, holy moly. It said, we love your mission. So I came out with a very defined mission, which is the whole purpose of this podcast is not for me. Me comes later.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of this podcast is to help the regular Malaysian achieve greatness. And I know that from my journey, I had a lot of help. The key is the roadmap, is the mindset, is the mentorship. So now I want to give that to others.
Okay.
The right mindset, the right mentorship. And this is proof of concept. So the Olympic mindset is proof of concept. Eventually, I want this to parlay into a platform, academy, for people who need the right mindset, acquire the right mindset and mentorship, right? We'll get professional mentors.
Yeah.
So it's essentially displacing traditional school.
Okay.
So people spend $100,000 at school for a certificate, which possibly don't give an advantage. Now, if they spend $10,000 on academy, the Olympian Mindset Academy, and if they want to be MC, and they can have a couple-week course that acquires skill sets and mindset with Harith Iskander as their mentor, who's made it in their industry, wouldn't that be much more effective ROI on their $10,000 versus the $100,000 going to freaking PR school or whatever it is they do, media and comm?
Okay.
Waste 4 years and $100,000. So this is, when I put that out there,
they loved it.
It started taking off. A long way to go, but it got off the ground. So now I just know I have to do volume. So now I'm on number 9 episode. I think it's been 2 or 3 months already.
Okay.
And every one of them is Champion of Industries and a potential free session of mentorship. But we just focus on their mindset.
Yeah.
Sharing their mindset and mentorship.
Fantastic. Life experiences traded in.
Life experiences traded in. And then now I know I expanded it to mindset, mentorship, and money.
Okay.
So we're going to talk a lot about money because, again, people love money.
Yeah.
And money pays the bills. Equities Tracker 2, being my sponsor, I want to give them. So I'm always thinking, how do I give a better ROI? How do I give more value?
Okay.
So if we think about how to give more value to our potential customers before we ask for money, well, that's how podcasts work, right? The ones that grow really like Diary of a CEO, they give massive value.
Yes.
And then only, 2 years later, then they come up with money to ask. But they've already built that credibility.
Brand value is
Brand value, right?
Yeah.
The pillars of Olympian mindset is our relationship with failure. Most people, especially Asian, scared of failure. We're taught that failure is a bad thing, right? Because when you're young, you fail, you get an F on your report card. What happens?
You go back and you're whipped.
Rotan.
Yes.
Rotan stick. Well, mine was a belt from my dad or a thin cane from my mom.
Yeah.
Right? So right there, we're like, okay, failure, no good.
Yeah.
But hey, the top in the industries, champion the industry, tell you what, they fail more than everyone else. But they don't see failure as failure. They see failure as part of the journey. Because look, what happens when we win? We go party, we go drink, we eat food, we party. We don't learn anything. What happens when we fail?
You remember everything.
What the hell went wrong? Then we learn from it and we get better.
Yeah. Agreed.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if we change our relationship, so I teach people change their relationship with failure. Right? So that four pillars of Olympian mindset. Yeah. Reframe your relationship with failure, create a roadmap, get the right guide, and have a compass. Compass is a system of accountability. It sounds boring, but I make it fun. Gamification, all that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump into the next question.
Yeah, all right.
How did you get started in the automotive scene? You had some interesting stories, I recall.
Oh, I love cars.
Yeah.
I got my driver's license at 16, as most Americans do. I wasn't American, by the way. I was just living there. I was never American. So I learned at 16. I didn't get my first car until I was like 18. Toyota Tercel station wagon, which I rolled when I was a year later. I had a flat tire. And then, in my early 20s, when I started making money, I loved JDM.
Okay.
So I got, my first car was Civic SI hatchback.
All right. Yeah.
My buddy gave it to me because it got stolen from 3 times. Then under my ownership, it got stolen another 2 times. It was the hottest car. EX is a 1992. So those years, it's still really popular.
It
right?
is. Yeah.
So it's an SI, which I don't believe they have SIs
No,
here, right?
no, it's an American, North
It's
America.
an American thing. So I dropped it, of course, like freaking, typical Asian theme. And then I got a bug-eyed WRX was my next one. Stage 4. I bought that from a company that did work with Fast and Furious.
Okay.
So the owner of the company sold this, and I'm like, dude, he did it exactly how I do mine, so I bought it, right? Yeah, so JDM, I really loved cars. In my 30s, I liked the American muscle. So I was living in Melbourne, Australia, where cars are freaking expensive. So I'm always thinking, okay, how do I get the car that I like without it costing an arm and a leg?
Yeah.
So 2010, I won Commonwealth Games, Asian Games silver, Commonwealth Games bronze. So I won 3 medals. That netted me about 200 over 1,000 ringgit cash from the government, incentives. Say, how do I grow this money and have fun? It was GFC.
Okay.
2010,
Okay.
America was hurting.
Yeah.
Everyone was selling asset at 50 cents to the dollar. So I found 3 Mustangs. Check the list that you can export them at that time to Australia. I found all 3 of them were not regular Mustangs, right? You need limited edition that if you want to resell or whatever, or you want to hold value, you got to do that. So I got a GD 500, not a limited edition, but very high end. A Celine Parnelli Jones, limited to 500, and a Mustang Bullet rendition owned by Tim Allen, the actor, Santa Claus Home Improvement. I was just messing around on eBay, and I actually won it. I bought all of them for between 26 and 27,000 USD.
Okay.
And along with shipping costs and tax and compliance costs, and throw another 10 grand Aussie.
Yeah.
So all in, I was about 100,000 USD, all 3 cars to Australia. Off the boat, I sold 2 of them. One right away and one a year later, and I kept the Celine. And I made about probably 20 grand Aussie off of each car.
Wow.
So that was kind of like my foray into like entrepreneurship and like combining the passion with that, right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like not a, not duplicable, just because the AUD was not on parity. It was more than USD.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like 25 grand AUD, and I was making good money, right?
Yeah.
But that loophole closed really, really quickly. But anyway, I was able to make that money and then to parlay that onto other things, right? But I learned a lot through that. I learned, skill sets.
Yeah.
Through the whole process. There's some painful processes that I learned.
I'm sure.
Compliance, US. I was going to bring that GD 500 to Malaysia, and I was going to at least double my money.
Yeah.
With a guy that had APs. Yeah. Then he completely ghosted me when the car was waiting on the docks in LA.
Yeah.
So, just kind of crap, But that's what entrepreneurs have to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to learn.
And then I did another Skyline from Japan. I made money in Japan. They bet money on Karen.
Yeah.
So I was like the horse. They bet money on us. I made like again, 30 grand US.
Yeah.
I bought a Skyline auction there, and the 4-door, right? Exported to Australia. That was my daily driver. Used it for a year. Sold it for like maybe $1,000 more. So still good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In my 40s, then I look at German.
Okay.
So I've had
I noticed that.
yeah, my 911. I've had a couple Cayennes, a Cayenne 957 turbo, which is the biggest pain in the butt. But just the V8 twin turbo, just like
sound, that burble.
When I start it up, it's just like gives you goosebumps, I still have it. and I'm still trying to sell it. What else? I think in my 50s, I'll probably go to Italian.
Okay.
Just because I'm
You're a Ferrari guy.
no, I'm not, but I just like yeah, well look, JDM 20s,
Yeah.
American Muscle in 30s, German. I mean,
Progression, right?
it's only natural, right? You go to Italian, right? Because in your 50s, you plan to be like financially free.
Yeah.
So you can mess around with the big troublesome things, right? And you can play on a bigger level.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, I just love the freedom that automobile provides.
Okay.
Right? Because it's an American thing in when I grew up.
Yeah.
And Malaysia is a very good place compared to our neighbors to be an enthusiast, right? We can
To be able to drive.
to be able to really drive it.
Yeah.
When I first moved from Australia and I came across like the whole ticket process, I freaked out in a good way.
Yeah.
When my wife was doing the errands for us, they're gonna pay my fines at the post office. She said, actually, because we moved,
Yeah.
you have 7 tickets, not 4. I'm like, oh man. Because I was whacking it going to work because I was working at Sepang, right? So like during COVID, I had a special pass because I was their coach. So I could go. So I could whack on the max.
Yes.
So yeah, but my average ticket was probably about 165. And I said, oh crap. It was 80% off. And she says, okay, so do you want to pay all 7 or just the 4? She says, okay, how much is it? She said, 390. I said, 390 what? 390 ringgit. Wait, for all? Yes, for all. I freaked out. I'm like, what the heck? So I went on all my car groups
Yeah.
or whatever, and I was like, hey, Malaysia, blah, 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 blah. And all the Aussies, they blocked me. They got so pissed off. They blocked me. They're like, you are an asshole.
No demerits.
No demerits. And I'm like, and then it occurred to me, and then our petrol is so cheap, we can't complain.
Yeah.
Even when diesel's gone, my SUV, my family car is a diesel, still can't complain. Go to Thailand and then come back and complain, right?
Yeah. We've got good roads here.
Not good. Insurance. Okay, look, some things are okay. Brand new cars,
Yes. It's gonna cost you.
it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
But if you stick with your pre-owned, you're not really paying more than you're even if you convert, you're not paying that much more than Australia or US.
Yeah.
Maybe 20% at the most.
Yeah.
But then the savings from insurance,
From being able to maintain it
maintenance.
on a per hourly charge, right?
Okay, that's another thing. People complain, oh, so expensive and whatnot. Okay, yes, parts you're gonna pay more,
Yes.
but it's gonna make up for it in all your labor. Because your labor you're paying, even a specialist at 180 ringgit.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, tell you what, in US is 180 USD.
Per hour. Yep. Yes.
And that part's gonna look small. The cost of the part's gonna look small on
They
the
always
invoice.
do. They always.
So here it's really big,
Yeah.
but your labor is really small. So at the end of the day, we're winning.
Okay. Okay. I agree with you.
We're winning.
No complaints there.
And another thing, if you pick the right car, like my 997, I bought it at bottom,
Okay.
right? So if you look at, there's a couple of IG pages out there that helps you choose Autofolio or whatever, helps you choose the right car,
Yeah.
right? Look, it doesn't have to be like high end. Even like normal cars I wouldn't say you want to go into it to make money.
Yeah.
But you go into it not to lose money or to minimize your costs.
Correct.
Because actually, our cars are an asset if we use them and if we see them as an asset.
Yeah.
Why? Because connection and tribe. Again, tribes and connection, if you know how to produce value, your car is the vehicle, wealth-building vehicle. I've met a lot of people going on drives, and I don't have to have the top-of-the-line GT3 RS.
Yep.
Yes, I go along with all the guys that have GT2, GT3s, and I have this plain vanilla Carrera, but it's good enough to get in. They'll respect you. They're all right, right?
Yep.
Besides, When we go to Penang Drive, oftentimes I end up getting there faster than them. It's not about, it's not how to navigate navigate the going, through the traffic, right?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, it's like, it can't, and it has been an asset. I tell you what, my 997's paid itself several times because of the contacts that I've made.
Okay.
And I don't do car drives a lot. It's just that I'm able to connect with car people. Tribe. Alignment.
Yep.
And even my wife is able to, because she hears all my garbage so much. 997, 991.2, blah, blah, blah. So when she talks to the car guy, she can rattle off, not because she wanted to, because she had no choice.
She's heard it all from you.
So and then the car guys go, what? And then they take an interest. And then eventually she introduced them to me and I do deal flow.
Perfect full
It's
circle,
funny,
right?
It's
Full
so
circle.
funny. Totally. And all the other car guys, their wives are like, because they close their ears off and go on the end. But then she's kind of paying attention because she knows that she's part of the wealth building. Our partners are critical. So if you married the right woman, you can fast track that, right? Not to say that I married her just for that, but it just turned out that, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is. Let me ask you this question. If you could buy or own any car, past or present, what would it be and why?
So for me, it's a Gunther Works 400R, Celine, Singer DLS, and a RUF roof tribute.
Okay.
I know they're roofs, but not this roof, the new one. So I would say it would probably be the Gunther Works.
Okay.
Because first of all, no one has one here in Malaysia. It's a bit more techy.
Yeah.
It's more carbon, and it's cheaper. Entry level is about 1.5 mil USD.
1.5 mil, but that's based on a brand new chassis, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So then you're going to get that tax to 300%. Yeah.
That's true. You're right. But all of them are going to get taxed.
They all get taxed.
So
yeah.
But again, Olympian mindset, there's always a way. I mean, you've got, there's a lot of ways. Like you've got, what do you call, Langkawi.
Yes.
There's ways.
You can still own it. So let me ask you this then. Listening to you compile the data points on the cars, on your own personal note, what would be the ideal combination that you would look for when you're looking at a car on your own?
My own is, okay, here's my litmus test.
Yeah.
I always need to be turning my head when I'm walking away. What's going to make me turn my head the most?
Okay.
What's going to make me feel the best when I walk into the car? When I turn the ignition on?
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, that's the first thing. What's going to make me feel good? Because at the end of the day, cars are for us.
Okay.
Real car guys, if no one can know what car I have, what car would I pick?
Okay.
So I think of it that way.
Okay.
Because if we pick cars based on other people, forget it. Yeah. You're either not a car guy, or it's not. You're not going to hold on. You're not going to hold on to that car for long.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to look at that, and this is car. A car is a selfish thing. First,
Yes.
we do it for us.
Yeah.
Of course, I like timelessness.
Yeah.
I like to buy once, and yes, painful.
Yeah.
But pain one time pain.
Okay.
And then when I go to eventually part with it, because we own nothing forever, eventually when I part it, it's still a legacy. So that means I'm making money from it.
Okay.
My legacy is intact.
Okay. I got you.
Right?
All right.
So that's pretty much it. So timelessness. Okay. That's why I love the 911, because it has a very good reputation that all 911s go up.
Yeah. No
No matter how much entry level. So I have the entry level of the entry level. Thomas calls my car vanilla.
Because of the color?
No, because it's so vanilla. It's a plain 911. Okay. I don't have anything.
Okay.
It's like, you check off all the options at the beginning. There's no options.
The base spec.
Yeah. There's no screen.
Yeah.
There's no sunroof. Like, those are the basics. It didn't even have those. But it's pure.
Yeah.
Mine still has the core of what a GT3 RS has.
Okay.
It's a rear-wheel drive,
Yeah.
911.
Yeah.
And for the uninitiated, they can't even tell anyway. It's like, ooh, wow, 911, right? So flexing-wise, it's still okay.
Yeah.
Right? But for me, it's not about flexing. Look, for me, it's like just not having a strike against you. Because if you're going to do a deal with someone that is a cold,
Yeah.
unfortunately, in this world, they're going to judge. I pull up in a 911. If they're not a car guy, it won't go against me. I pull up in a city or a Myvi, and I'm doing a high level deal. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go against me. There's gonna be a check mark against me. This guy, right? Not successful. Right. So at least it neutralizes it. And if it's a car guy, we got something to talk about.
Got it? From that note, I'm going to pivot the question to the next one, which is, where do you see the future of cars headed in the next decade?
EV. And I bet my life savings on it.
Will you be one of the adopters?
We'll all be. We have no choice. It's where the market's going. It's where our global has to go. And sure, there are downsides to it, battery, all that, where does it go when the battery's dead or whatnot. But that's why I see, if you see ahead, you can pick the winner. I've picked the winner. It's called NIO, N-I-O. It's the Tesla of EVs. And here's the problem. EVs are throwaway phones, right?
You're right.
Why is it a throwaway phone? Because of the battery. So why don't you have a swappable battery? Who's doing it? Chinese. NIO are the ones moving the needle. Yes, at the very beginning, it's an IDS. An innovation-driven, IDE, sorry. Innovation-driven enterprise. When any innovation-driven enterprise, you're going to lose a ton of money. Facebook, Google, Amazon, before you ever make money. So right now, it's still losing money, which attracts the shorts.
Okay.
But thanks to them, we get cheap shares. But I tell you what, this is a 20x and north of a play. That's why I bet nearly my life savings.
Okay.
So for me, that's where it's headed. EVs, look at Chinese.
Yeah.
They clean everyone's clocks. Germans cannot keep up. Americans are dead. And Japanese and Koreans are dying. Honda Civic, manufacturing in Thailand. No longer. Honda Civic, bro. Look at the numbers in the German cars. Porsche now is stopped making EVs. They're going back to internal combustion.
Correct.
The writing's on the wall, man. Why? Because the Chinese are cleaning their locks. They're eating their lunch.
It's their next level already.
Next level already, man. And dude, they're solving all the problems with battery swap, longer lasting batteries, all the problems, the safety aspect. Now, if you can buy a car and subscribe to the battery, is the best thing. Right? Because you buy a 30 grand USD car for 20 grand without the battery, then what? Your insurance is based on 20 grand instead of 30.
Correct.
Then your battery goes kaput. Guess what? You don't have to care. You rent it. It's a depreciating asset.
It is.
It's not even an asset. It's a liability.
It's a liability.
So why the hell do you want to buy a car with a liability? You just buy the car. So it's like the thinking that goes beyond, like most people are, again, so short-sighted. The ones that are long-sighted build the real wealth. I'll tell you what, my portfolio, right about now, is where they're going to hit profitability soon. When Tesla hit profitably, what happened? 1020x. Same thing's going to happen in NIO. This is not investment advice. But I put my mouth where my ideas are.
Got it. Describe your funniest moment with your car.
When I was about to buy my 957 Turbo, I said, hey, I'm going to sell my X3 diesel, which is a relatively great car, daily driver, and buy this because I sold that for 61. I bought for 51. I upgraded from 200 some horsepower to 500. Cheap one. They all warned me. They said, that acquisition price is the cheapest part about the ownership.
Exactly.
It's going to sting. I said, come on, how bad can it be? Okay, I'm going to allocate 20 grand towards repairs. Fast forward a year and a half, I spent about 70 grand on top of the 55, but I've had a great time. But I've towed that thing about 6 times in a year and a half or 2 years. And a lot of bad words coming out of my mouth in the meantime, a lot of frustration. So it's funny. Okay, that's probably the funniest story.
It is.
There's nothing more expensive than a cheap Porsche.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I tell people,
Or actually, nothing more expensive than a cheap German car. Lesson learned.
you could still save yourself with a JDM, but you're right. Anything German that's cheap is gonna cost you in the end, right?
But I can tahan because I'm a car guy. So I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're giving
It's a
out the
project,
first
it's a
stop.
project car.
It is.
TJ will tell you. It's a project car.
You all have a lot of project cars because they're always ongoing projects.
Yes, right.
Not planned.
So look, if it doesn't sell, I just keep it. And eventually, when 100 grand here and there doesn't mean anything to me, when it's less than 1% of my my income, my passive income, then whatever, right?
Yep.
Whatever, because we're true car guys, and we're not gonna keep tabs on that.
You're right.
So it's funny, isn't it? Is it funny or is it funny? It wasn't funny to me then, but all of them now say, I remember our conversation.
We told you.
We told you. But I'm a stubborn.
Oh, we try.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think with your mindset as an athlete, you sometimes have to go for gold, regardless of what everyone expects. Sometimes play safe, do all that. No, you can't.
I realize I have to fail because I won't learn. So even in relationships, I've been through failed marriage, but I wouldn't have found my great marriage right now if I didn't go through that failed marriage. So every time I say, okay, maybe I regret it, but then my wife says, but because of her, we met.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. True.
Yeah.
We met because now I have 3 beautiful daughters. Okay. Oh, the pain was worth it.
Yeah. It requires hindsight to see that, though.
It does.
Right?
It does. But most people don't think about that enough.
Yeah. No.
We're too busy thinking forward and not doing everything.
It's the ratio of wins versus losses, right? But like you say, every time you fail, you learn something. It sticks with you. It burns.
It burns.
Right?
It burns.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, with the wins and losses, even if you say, okay, think about it this way. You're going to get 5% win and 95% losses.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you think about where you're headed and that 5% is this building this value, this company, this organization, having that life of that 5%, or is that 95% of pain worth it? So they should think about that. So again, mindset.
Yep.
Right. Okay. If you're not willing to go through the losses, you go through this life.
Yep.
And then you don't get that 5%. It's everything in their life. It's predictable. Is it worth it? Okay, for some people it is.
Yeah.
Or maybe a lot of people.
It's a safe bet.
But not for me, man.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we only got one chance no matter what religion.
Yeah.
We all can agree we only got one shot on this planet.
Yep.
So why would you want to have a mediocre shot? Why would you want to have you only got one shot.
Yeah.
At one lap at Sepang on your own. Closed course.
Yeah.
You gonna pick the Myvi or you gonna pick the GT3 RS?
Very well said. I think as an athlete, you understand that in any competition, there's so many participants, so many people in the different pools. And the podium's only 3 spots.
Yeah.
Out of
hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
The filters there.
Yes.
Right? Tens of thousands, and then 2 dozen make it there. And if 2 dozen, 21 go home empty-handed, and 3.
And most people don't realize, even at that 21, and as it gets to the dozen, the pressure is intense.
I was, at one point, the whole of Malaysia, those that follow sport, relied on me to bring home Malaysia's first Olympic gold medal. 4 months before, I had an accident, landed me in an intensive care unit, almost dead.
Read about it. Yeah.
Made it back. I promised the media I'll be there.
Yeah.
I was there, became the first Asian to make it final, top 6. So the 24 that started, top 6.
Yeah.
And missed the bronze by 2 cm, photo finish.
Yeah.
Now, I ask people,
Yeah.
failure or success? Everyone's like, well, success.
Yeah.
You almost dead for 4 months before.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, my goal was Olympic gold.
Yeah.
Failure or success? Okay, failure.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
it's both.
Yeah.
It's both a success and a failure. It's a success because, look, I achieved a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, I don't have the goal.
Yeah.
I had that story.
Yeah.
And that really launched my career and my brand.
Yeah.
If that was today,
Yeah.
with social media, I would have 1 million followers.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And I could parlay that into a number of different things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I still, back then, no social media. I still got six figures USD in sponsorships, ambassadorships, FedEx, Nike, all that.
Yeah.
Right? More skill sets acquired.
Yeah.
More network built.
Yeah.
Right? More confidence. And yeah, look, I learned a lot. I learned about failure, and I'm still making money off of that story.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, probably 6 figures income just telling that story. It's something that we just think of it like failure, success, but sometimes
It's a bit
most
of both.
people, a bit of both.
Yeah. Yep.
A bit of both. And then look, I still won Commonwealth Games, right? With that mindset
Yeah.
that I failed, that I learned from the failure part. In 2010 was my 3rd Commonwealth Games. I failed the previous 2 Commonwealth Games. Okay, my last name means number 5. 5th at the Olympics, 5th at 2 Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
Feng Shui is there, right? It's like, oh God, really? So my 3rd Commonwealth Games,
Yeah.
6 months before, worked with my sports psychologist. She said, hey, prepare as if you're gonna win. I'm like, shit, okay. What do I do? Okay, what's gonna happen when I win? I'll be on the podium. Do I know Nagaraku is gonna play? Oh shoot, if I win, I'm gonna malu, man, because I don't know Nagaraku, because I never went to school since what? 1st grade, primary 1. I learned Nagaraku every single day. I sang it at training, at the top of my lungs in front of my teammate Azizul, Hawang, all my team. They laugh at me. Because I sound funny, Americanizing Nagaraku na tampantu na what Daraku Raya Hidop. I didn't even know what the word sounded like, what it meant. But I sang it every day and I learned it.
Yeah.
So Commonwealth Games comes. I'm not even the favorite.
Yeah.
The favorite was Olympic champ, Sir Chris Hoy. Didn't show up. Second favorite, world champ, Australian Shane Perkins.
Yeah.
Disqualified in semifinals. Third favorite, crossed the line first, Azizul, I crossed the line second. 5 minutes later, disqualified. Guess what? I sang Nagaraku. Some say, okay, you got lucky. I absolutely agree with that. My stars freaking align. But I tell you what, if I didn't go into that, preparing to win, I would have never won.
Yep. Yep. That I agree.
Sometimes you need luck, yes. But if you don't prepare for success, you'll never get lucky.
Yep.
And that's a perfect story. If your viewers, everyone watching this, just picks up one thing and implements this, everyone that watches this will achieve greatness. Maybe it might not be 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, but I tell you, in the longer run, if they pick this up and implement, they're gonna win.
Fantastic. There's a lot of in-depth stuff today you shared, and I think there's a lot of stuff that we could take back from it.
Who would have thought cars can teach you so much?
Yeah. It's the people around cars.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Bet on myself more. I know that's extreme because I did bet on myself, but bet on myself even more. So all of the time spent on investing in real estate and whatnot, I should have doubled down on myself.
Okay.
Build teams,
Believe in yourself.
spend on personal development, everything. Believe in myself more.
Got it. We're going to move very quickly to the last portion.
Yeah.
And this is our rapid fire segment.
Oh, sweet.
I'm
I
gonna
do
ask
that
you-
too.
Yeah.
I like it.
And we're gonna give you 2 seconds to answer that. Number one, what's your ideal car?
Gunther Works 400R.
What color would it be?
There's a certain green that I really
can
like.
see that one.
Dark. Yeah.
Okay, like a Brewster green.
Something
or,
like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your ideal weekend?
My ideal weekend is like last weekend, a lot of time with my friends, pickleball, cycling, and party. A party with good food and drinks.
Awesome. Most overrated car?
Anything Toyota. Toyota Camry.
Most underrated car?
Underrated car. Oh, I still think it's a Porsche 911.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is more important, the car's interior or the exterior?
Boy, that one's hard. But I really think I would rather have a great interior. A great interior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Oh, my very extrovert. Yeah.
What's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby now is being a dad and hanging out with my kids, watching them grow. Yeah, doing activities that they like, which is pretty much everything. So
You're a family man.
I am a family, but you know what? I ironically, I wasn't. When I was with my ex-wife, I never wanted kids. So it's the oddest thing. In my 20s
Life
and
changes
30s,
you. It
Yeah.
shapes you.
I first thought of having kids at 38, 39 when I moved to KL. And then my wife's like, oh, I don't want to be on birth control. I'm like, okay, whatever. Boop. 3 weeks later, hand me an envelope. Never been the same since. And then I never thought about more kids.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, oh, this is so much fun. Yeah. Let's have another one fast and then close shop.
Yeah.
Ah, so then it happened. Less than 2 years apart. And then I'm like, and then I, inherited my oldest because my wife had a 12-year-old. She just moved. So yeah, being a dad is an awesome hobby. It's expensive.
It is.
More than cars.
Yes.
But it's great.
They're each a car at least.
Oh, at least a supercar, at least.
Yep.
Lifetime wise.
Yes, at least.
But you know what? At the end of the day, we can't take it with us. Whatever.
It's what we have, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for being with
my
us.
pleasure.
It's
Yeah.
been a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
And this has been an awesome podcast.
I'm Josiah. What's your story?